Hey, thank you so much for having me here. Yes, and my name is Sofia Loren Cardeña. Okay, I have a hair salon in Boca Raton. I've been in Boca Raton working with clients in salon 2 decades, a little bit more, like 20 and a half years. And I love it. I've been an owner 6 years, so you're still
Nice.
always learning because I was on my own for a long time, probably like 10 years on my own. I didn't think I was going to be an owner, but I love you always life throws you challenges, and I love learning, having the salon and being an owner and still doing hair.
How did you become an owner, going from would you call it a hairdresser?
Yes.
To an owner? How did that happen?
Okay, like I was saying, life throws you things through whatever you're doing. That year, if I started working in hair salons thinking I'm never going to be an owner, because owners in my industry, hair salon, it's two full-time jobs. You're taking care of your clientele, you're behind the chair, plus having a hair salon, you're taking care of your employees, your clients, and the hair salon, the overhead. But challenging myself, I just started working as a hairdresser for other salons, having the knowledge, noticing how they do things, and I just wanted to be on my own, taking care of learning and have the goals of hair extensions, because I specialized in hair extensions when I started working on my own and renting a chair, which back then wasn't a big deal. Renting a chair, you would just work for salons. Once I rented a chair, I got more clients into doing everything, which is color, haircuts, hair extensions, and I wasn't just focusing on the hair extensions because that was my main goal. I was just keep saying, Sophie, you need your space, you need your space. And I said, okay, I'm going to give it a try. So I jumped to have a hair salon. So I've been working as an owner and still doing hair, and working on my hair extensions. Like I say, specialized on that. Doing all of this at once 6 years ago, and still learning.
What was the hardest part, your first couple of years of running the business?
I think any business, and of course we're speaking about the beauty industry, is trying to balance to have your clientele. Like I was saying, it's two full-time jobs, having your clients, especially the clients that you deal with it. I'm in Boca Raton, so I have, a high-end clientele. So to keep them happy, and I'm passionate what I do. I love what I do, and I treat everybody equally, whatever the service is. And what I mean, I do all types of services. So men's haircut, hair colors, blow dries, hair extensions, corrections, whatever it is. But then when switching, trying to keep that balance of keeping my clients happy and learning to run a business behind the salon it's challenging, but you find it how to do it if you're passionate of what you love to do.
Figure it out. Like
Exactly.
Roland was saying earlier, when COVID hit, small business owners figure it out somehow, right? And it sounds that's exactly what you did. You took the opportunity and you went with it, and things come at you every single day, and somehow all business owners figure it out.
Absolutely,
that's what
yes.
like.
Absolutely, yes.
How did you figure it out over the last year? What did you do?
Definitely, the last year was a huge challenge for all these years being in the salon industry, because we do physical work. We don't go home and do your, online business home work. I started doing a strategy of start thinking, what can we do right away? I started thinking to gather my team together and saying, if we need to go to their houses, they need us, because at the end of the day, you do need a haircut. You might not need so much of the hair extensions, but you do need to clean up yourself. You can do it at home so long, like most people were doing it last year. However, people wanted that and needed you. So right away, I wanted to get the whole kit of sanitizing and have us be safe and have our clients safe if they needed us to go to their house.
So that's what you pivoted
I did.
to, home delivery kind of thing.
Totally. I changed this strategy because we were in lockdown and we weren't sure how long we were going to do it. So I got everything for my team and myself in case we needed to go to them and let them know we have everything to feel safe, and we were just going to be doing one-on-one from head to toes cover and all our tools, everything just for the clients to be safe.
Did you call them and let them know you were available? How did you market that?
They actually keep calling us. So the fact that keep calling us, it just gave me a hope of like, I have to think what I can do. I cannot be waiting to see when are they going to open for us to, the salon. Just because we're in the industry of customer service, we touch people, so obviously it's a delicate, we were all scared, but at the same time, once people were like, I need to see you, I want to see you, you're home, this is new for the world, for all of us. And also for some reason, hair, it's also like therapy. Everybody just feels good when you get either a haircut or whatever service you're getting. So yes, that was one of my main things.
How many of the clients don't want to come back to your salon now? They want you to come to your home.
When it was last year, yes, we went there. And little by little, when we were open, they felt safe because I also promote, thanks to social media, I was sending emails in social media, letting them know we have professional companies coming over to clean the salon. We changed the stations, basically handyman come over and just move all the stations so everybody still feels safe, and also they know how we work. We work by appointment.
So they wanted to come back.
Correct. They wanted to come back, and people just started to feel good. You let them know what you do, and just
Are you back to 100% revenue or not? I know when I go to barbershop down the block here in Boca, and he hasn't made it back because a lot of men, they went to the shave look or just the scruffy look.
Yes.
And, I know myself, I was cutting a line in my head. I mean, it was
That's what I
sideways.
said.
I tried some funny stuff on my hair, but I got sick of it. I was like, I'm not doing this.
That's what I said.
I don't have
How
enough
long
time.
can you do it on your own? Because at the end of the day, it makes you feel good, and you want the professional work by the person who does that for you.
So are you back to 100%?
By now, yes. And granted, as you know, South Florida right now is summer, so people starting to go away. And this is like the slow time for our industry. However, it has been very, very good coming back, just changing, which we cannot compare numbers from last year. But it's definitely, I want to say I'm back 100%.
And now what is the breakdown, male haircuts versus female?
No, we get probably 60% women and, 40%. We definitely have both. A lot of people think it's just more of the hair extensions or colorists, but no, we do
So
both.
me and Travis are welcome. Travis, 40%.
You just told my word. I was like, okay,
we're
he's
coming.
going down the street. I'm right down the street, so you have to come and try it.
Travis tried to hold out as far as he could. He had the scruffy look. Travis is our producer for everyone listening, and he held out for like 6 months straight without getting a haircut.
And you
then
both have
eventually,
good hair, so
he,
you guys
he finally
can come
took it
on
on
board.
Yes. I don't know. I do the same thing. Maybe you could do something fun with my hair. I feel like for like years it's like the same thing over and over again. So when I come in, experiment, I guess.
Well, this is a golden gem we have right in our backyard. We'll have to pull out some hairstyle tricks before our November event, huh?
There
Yes.
you go.
Hopefully we get to throw our Entrepreneurs in Paradise event in November. We're monitoring, obviously, COVID numbers. If things get better, we'll throw our big event again. Absolutely. And by the way, I'm going to announce a big award here. Out of 102 episodes, you pronounced Boca Raton the best.
I wonder why I pronounce Boca Raton the best.
Yeah, see that? Rolling. Do you agree with me? At 102 episodes, she's the winner?
I like it. Keep saying it. No.
Voiceover. If you need to put your voiceover video together,
Let me
she's
just
the winner.
pursue that a little bit. You came here from Mexico
Correct.
when you were 15. Talk about that. Talk about coming to America and starting to work, and then how do you feel now getting to this point? Just walk us through that whole experience.
Okay. I was born and raised in Guadalajara, Mexico. I love where I'm from. We never thought we were going to be here for this time that we're still here. It was a 1 year, 2 years trial because the economy in Mexico and the entire country went upside down. So my parents moved drastically to Boca Raton because we have family living here. Coming here, it was a big shock and change, the schools, the high schools, the cultures. But looking today, I love having the two cultures. I love learning, having my Mexican culture. I love U.S. citizen too. Being here, learning to be independent in this country, because at the end of the day, we all come from somewhere to United States, and we learn to be have a business, had to learn to be, in me, especially as a woman and coming from Mexico, a little bit more old school. It's more traditional, the home, the woman, but learning, having that from my mom and my dad, and also having, and its challenges, nothing's easy, obviously, other culture and other language, to be here and be able to learn that I have a business, to learn that I learn the language, to learn that I learn so many cultures in here. So it has not been easy. I have worked many jobs, and so does my parents, but I want to say the big root of having being positive at the end of the day, whatever circumstance I'm in, it's because how my parents raised us. Mm-hmm. So being happy and being...
Were you ever an entrepreneur? Did you ever think about owning your own business? How did that...
No, I actually, it's always kind of like afraid or intimidated by being in another country when you're 15 or 16, moving to a new country, not having the language, learning that your parents lost everything. However, as I was saying, the years go by when you go to high school, when you have a job, and when you learning to admire your bosses from whatever job you have makes you a better person, and you start saying, well, I can do that. Let me try it. Or sometimes you have the direction of like, I don't know if I can do that. I'm not from here. I mean, the doubts or fears, which that can happen with anything. But me learning, and which I'm in the hair industry for over 20 years, through my bosses, through hair salons that I worked by myself, hair clients, it pushed me that I can do it. It was a challenge that, yes, Sophie, you can do it. Even that you're here, you are learning and practicing, and I'm passionate of what I do. So next thing you know, you do one step and another step, and it's never good enough to do more.
You brought up some amazing points, because so often everyone looks at all these professions, like if it's lawyers, it's accountants, financial advisors, all these different industries, and then there's this barrier thinking like, oh, I can't do it. They're experts in that. And then all of a sudden you get to a point in your life where, you pick up on what they're actually doing and what they're charging, and then you get this point like, I could do that.
Correct.
Right. And that's what
Correct.
I got, from what you were saying, after all these years in your industry, you realize like I could be the boss.
Correct.
Right. And that's such motivation for everyone out there that thinks like they can't be that person to start a business and create, some chapter of their life to do it. And I witness it all the time, in our office, Stephanie, Travis. I mean, every year, we look at like what we're doing, and then all of a sudden, like what we could overcome as individuals. Right. Like I'm doing this app I talked about earlier, like 4 years ago, I'd be like, no way. Right. But I'm like, screw it. I'm like, I could do this. I'm like, I witnessed other folks do it as well. So totally agree with you.
Yes.
We're going to take a quick commercial break to hear from one of our sponsors. When we get back, we're going to jump to our Hot or Not segment of the show.
Step into our state-of-the-art innovation lab and create your digital future. Oz uses cutting-edge technology and 22 years of industry knowledge to enhance customer experience through digital innovation in a variety of expertise. Oz is a leading global consulting company whose services and solutions are trusted by startup, midsize, and even Fortune 500 companies. Get to know more about Oz's Salus, a mobile solution bringing us back to max capacity, and their latest solution, Rainmaker, saving insurance companies years of work. To learn more about Oz and their exciting technologies, visit followoz.com. That's FOLLOWOZ.com.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Shrimp Tank. As a reminder, catch all these amazing episodes at shrimptankpodcast.com. Follow us on social media at Shrimp Tank Boca. Of course, we come live 4 p.m. Thursdays, and this is the Oz Digital Studio where we do the Shrimp Tank with FAU. So while we're just listening to Oz's commercial, I got to ask you a technology question. Is it hot or not, to add an app to your business, when it comes to booking, right? Everyone has their iPhones or their Android device, and everyone wants everything on their phone instantly. So do you guys incorporate, apps? Is apps hot or not when it comes to your salon? And I don't even know if you have one or not.
I do have to say it is hot. However, we do have the choice for our system. Like if you were asking if we have it in our system in the salon, we have it. However, because we do so many services, we don't want clients to get confused when one client can have 5 services. And if the client
Yep.
is booking it won't book the right time and the right service, and then when they're sitting in the chair, they change their mind. It definitely works better for barbers or other service if it's just 2-3 choices. But as an example, if a woman is about to come in, she wants highlights, lowlights, hair extensions, blow dry, haircut, I don't see her picking the right end.
I see that on my credit card bill with my wife all the time. I'm like, really? I'm like,
It's-
how did $300 at the
It's
time? She's
definitely
like,
hot. However, you have to train and teach your clients if they're willing to spend the time.
so do
to-
people have that capability to do it through an app, or is it through a website that's
through an
mobile?
app?
It
Correct.
is through an app.
It's both. Yes.
So do
Yeah.
you outsource to, because apps are very expensive to, self-design. And a lot of industries just have an app that you could kind of, you pay a cost and they already have the basic structure. So do you have it like that where you have an app that you just kind of use their template, or is it custom?
What we do, the system that works, it's for hair salons or anything for
Gotcha.
spa. It works good for us actually getting back to them. The system gets back to them automatically, the appointment, and it's just a reminder. So they don't really have to do the job. The system will get back to them. You
Sure.
have an appointment tomorrow, for example. 24 hours, they let you know. But we try for the clients once they're in the chair to book their appointment right there with the front desk.
Upsell, absolutely.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about whether mentoring is hot or not.
Super hot, yes. Muy caliente, yes. Mentoring, yes, yes. You never stop learning. And I also have a business coach with, I speak every 2 weeks. So yes, mentor is great.
And you have a mentor. I saw, is it Elaine?
Well, Elaine in the hair industry, she is incredible and she's still doing hair. She mentored me, she pushed me, she made me believe in myself
As a hairdresser.
as a hairdresser and believing that I can do anything into the beauty industry. Yes,
So is a business coach hot?
yes.
And what do you get out of a business coach in this particular business that you're in? What do you learn?
I learned that, like what we were saying early, it's never a stop in, this is beauty industry. There's never stop just to cutting hair and that's it. You can learn other techniques, or you can learn other things besides just doing the hair, renting a chair, owning a salon, teaching other people, having your team with you. So it's absolutely hard because because we're speaking of the beauty industry, it's just not just one thing to learn and that's it. It's more. It's always it's customer service. It's giving the service. It's what is the next thing to do? Whether it's like we were saying about COVID, we walk to their house. So absolutely, there's always more and more if you want that at the end of the day. But it's not just one thing for the beauty industry.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about marketing. Right, you have a big Instagram following, I noticed. So, I guess what is the hottest way that you currently market, and from past history, what has been the coldest way? So, a little different question than hot or not.
Hot is just like, I think everything has to be consistent. So the more you show your work, we know social media, it's big. We know that's our newsletters, that's our book. So when we're consistent of doing anything in social media, consistent, just like anything in life, you're consistent, it's hot because people start seeing your work. When you stop, that's when it's not hot. That's
What
not
platform,
good.
I guess, do you prefer with your brand? Is it Instagram? Is that the hottest?
Instagram, for sure. Instagram, and which they're linked together, and Facebook,
Yeah,
correct?
Facebook bought them, so they're all kind of tied. Yeah.
Yes.
Your post goes from one to the next.
So Instagram.
Most of your audience on both. It's almost like duplication, but we all do it.
Yes,
but,
yes.
yeah. And I do notice that. I mean, your brand, here on the banner, even what you're wearing is matching the banner.
Yes.
Of course, you did that because you're coming on the shrimp tank. Of course, matches the
Correct.
same color tones. But then also your website and everything else. So that is important. When you're
You keep
putting
your
out
logo and-
Yeah.
yes.
So often people change things too much because they follow trends on social media and then they
Correct.
get off of their color tones, and over time it just distorts the
Correct.
image.
You got to keep your pattern because we get excited to like, oh, let me add this or let me change this. But you want to keep on the same logo, same pattern, same colors.
So the good news is, if we give you a sign that says "as seen on the shrimp tank" with some of these shrimp, it matches
Totally.
perfect. You are in.
There you go.
Travis, you're on it. Travis, we got to make you a painter so you can paint her a nice custom piece.
You got it.
Okay.
Well, I assume hair extensions are hot.
Very
Why?
hot, very hot, because hair is everything. It's a lift. It's like a little surgery that you feel fabulous and good. And hair is just so important, whether it's male or female. But we're talking about hair extensions.
You can't get hair extensions if you're a male?
You can get hair pieces in your hair, but you can
You
also
do
get hair
that? Do you do
extensions.
that?
I do more women.
But you do like toupees and things like that?
I don't do I don't do toupees.
Okay.
But it's another department to learn. Yes. It's very big, the hair industry. I specialize on hair extensions. I love the hair extensions. Actually, I'm wearing one of my hair pieces that I invent, a hair clip. But hair extensions is hot.
How long do they last?
The technique that I do, because I costume, just to explain you can find hair anywhere or in any salon. As we know, there's salons in every corner. What I do different than most of salons, I know every technique on the hair extensions. However, what makes me different and how long will it last is the way that I costume my hair extensions to my clients. I do one by one, whatever the client wants and needs, because everybody has different hair texture, density, needs, or what they want at the end of the day, lifestyle. And my technique that I use when my clients come for the maintenance is every 4 to 6 weeks.
And is this something they teach in beauty school, or is this something you pick up later on?
You pick up later on. You have the foundation in the beauty school, but the more you do, and we call this in my industry on the floor, meaning the learning, the assisting, like we talked about Elaine earlier, the more that we watch and practice, that's when you learn. And because you're hands-on practicing and doing clients or, bringing a model to do their hair.
Okay. What about when people bring pets to the salon while they're getting their hair cut? Is that hot or not?
Super hot. I have 5 dogs. I mean, come on.
Oh, well, you got to meet our past guest, Pat. She was just on 2 weeks ago. She runs Furry Friends Animal Adoption Clinic up in Jupiter, Florida. We went up there this week. We just posted on our
my God,
Instagram
okay.
feed the other day, but it's amazing. Their new facility, they just opened up about a year ago, but with COVID, they couldn't let people in. But they're letting visitors in there right now.
Oh,
And
nice,
it's pretty
nice,
awesome. So
nice.
we got to connect you guys for sure.
Yes, absolutely, yes.
So it doesn't ever distract,
It distracts me, yes.
You know,
The
when people-
pet, no, I'm kidding.
Because sometimes if you have like two pets that aren't getting along, what happens?
No, it's absolutely fine. It's
okay.
all about the energy, and the owners are good,
cool.
and they have them up in their lab, so they're good, yes.
But they got to leave them on a leash, right? Sometimes they let them on a leash, and you're like, what's going on? You got wars going on in the salon.
Tell us a little bit about location for your business, Sofia. You talked about your roots here in Boca. Do you think being in Boca has played a key role in your success, or you think it would be a similar story in other places locally here, West Palm, Miami, Naples?
Well, because I only been in Boca and knowing and learning the type of clients that I have, it's a great location, Boca Raton. I do have clients from different places. They come and see us, whether it's West Palm, whether it's Miami, Fort Lauderdale. But I love the location of Boca Raton. I love the clientele that we have. It's a great city.
If you were going to open up a second location, what would be the spot?
Well, I've been approached to go more like West Boca.
Yeah.
I have a lot of clients in West Boca. It's just very funny or divided when they say we're coming from all the way west and you're all the way east. Like if it was 2 cities in the same city, but I don't know. It's a challenging, because I definitely have clients coming from north and south, and even West Coast. I have clients. They come, and that's the hair extensions.
Ah.
That's yes.
So how about these great clips and things like this? I don't know what they're called, but are they hot or not? Do you know what I'm talking about? These $13 haircuts to get you in and out in 10 minutes. Are those hot or not?
That's not if you're the beginner of doing hair, because they're practicing on your hair. I mean, most of people that come from beauty salons, they go to places that they're just getting traffic like that.
So these
that makes
people are
sense.
practicing.
Yes.
Did you ever do
Yeah.
that? Is that where you worked, or did you go right to a big salon?
God put me in the best place at the the best time when I moved here from Mexico. It was one of the hottest or number one wild hair salon, if I'm allowed to say it. Like they
Sure.
were the first one that I started working there. Meanwhile, I had no idea. I was just there to work, and they were the number one in Boca Raton when I started working with them. So definitely, I started in a good clientele and great training and practicing.
Is it hot or not? Kids' haircuts. I know some salons want nothing to do with kids. They come in, they're jumping around the seats all the time. I have a
I'm
6
about
and
to
4
have
year
a
old.
kid, so
Well, answer it
I
honestly.
know. I love kids. However, yes, it's a little bit of pain. You know, I can't.
They're the ones you send to Great Clips.
Under 4.
Yes,
They
you
are.
send them over there.
Well, to be fair, you know, great clips are, you know, the kids' hair every 2-3 weeks. You need a haircut if they're 3-4 years old. So sometimes it's easier.
Correct.
You know, as an adult, you're like, am I spending $30
No,
bucks or $12?
We-
Right, and
we
it goes back so
specialize on
quickly,
the-
and
exactly.
no one notices.
We don't
right?
specialize on kids.
Yes, I give my son the line now. Now I'm having fun, so
But-
I'll bring my son in there, and you could give him a zigzag, and you know.
But
you
I
could put a
want to
shrimp in his
clarify
hairline.
something. We don't specialize. However, our clients are so loyal and they're like family and they know how we run the salon. So they want to bring their kids and they're so good. Like, I will take care of it. I hold it. I do it. So the team say yes to bring the kids.
Okay, so you did mention something about, I believe, models and celebrities. You know, so, you know, I guess before I ask the hot or not question, you know, do you have a lot of models and celebrities that do come into your salon?
We have done either a private or they come
Okay.
to the salon. Correct.
So I guess, you know, and this is really not a hot or not question, but like, how does it work when you try to get a picture of them to post on your feed, right? Are they, you know, happy about that, or like, no, sorry, I don't want to be on a feed, because that obviously will influence your social media. Other clients, of course, are like, oh, look who was in the salon. I want to go where that person went. You know, if you're doing a fabulous job. So how do these model celebrities kind of, you know, act when you try to get them on your social media?
I agree 100% what you were saying about sometimes if it's hot, or the question if it wasn't hot or not. Sometimes they can't even release
Yeah.
because of whatever they sign. So it doesn't mean like they don't want to give it to you. Sometimes you got to wait for the right time for them to give you the permission to post something, because we have done even beauty events or pageants.
Sure.
We have to wait. We have to wait to they're allowed to post anything. So it's hard, but you gotta wait at the right time if we
Have
can.
you gotten in trouble, I guess, where you take a photo, you
Oh,
post? Because
yes.
everyone today just takes photos,
Yes.
doesn't ask.
Yes.
And then there's no like, oh, can I sign? I mean, you know, who's stopping you? You almost like ask for forgiveness later. But in your case, you're collecting money, of course, and they're like, I didn't give you that right to do that.
You're absolutely right. I'm allowed to take a picture if shows the back, because they're not showing the front of the face. We do have in our salon post everywhere like smile for the photo. We have cameras, and we have to have photos before and after. We do ask them, and we do have for them to sign a form just in case they
That's
don't
smart.
come back
Then
to
you don't have
ask
any
for
issues.
anything. Yes.
Same thing that we do on the shrimp tank, because, you know, after running so many episodes, you know, what happens to someone 6 months later says, take it down. Like, we just
Correct.
spend an hour on a podcast, you know, all of our time
Mm-hmm.
rolling, myself, Travis, Stephanie on our team, all the social media. And then someone says, oh, you know, we don't like it like that. Pull it down. We change directions, you know, with our business. But like, no, that's not okay. You know, we spent hours and hours and a lot of money producing this stuff. So we have everyone sign a waiver. Absolutely. That once it's up, it's up.
I
You know,
have
we have the rights to
waivers
leave it there.
for everything, for the
Very smart.
photos, for any treatment for your hair, for hair extensions, for first time getting your color, anything, because you never know. You just said it.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to take a quick commercial break to hear from one of our sponsors. When we get back, we're going to jump into our future focus segment.
Hiring is a challenge for any company. If you've had to cancel in-person career fairs due to coronavirus restrictions, or you're looking for ways to reach more qualified candidates, it's time to speak to the virtual hiring event professionals at Premier Virtual. Their best-in-class virtual event platform has powered over 1,500 events. They have the experience and proven results to ensure your next career fair is a success. Visit premiervirtual.com or call 561-717-9717. Premier Virtual, the future-focused virtual event platform. So, Sophia, how do you find hairdressers? How do you hire how does that work? What's the process and how difficult is it?
Finding people to work with you, and it's one of the hardest thing as a owner. I definitely find very difficult, and not only because there's COVID, because a lot of people staying home. I don't know how long will be the checks. I don't even know if they're still out there, but it's a challenge. I put either ads. I'm paying for a platform to get a hairdresser. I have a lot of people that I know in the hair industry to make them a move to come to join us, our team, and it's very difficult.
What's the trick to get them to come?
I try to think when I used to work for somebody, what they gave us and what we didn't get. And I try to show them what can I give them that most of salons or our hair industry, because we're not corporate, what can we offer for them or give them? A lot of people get scared, afraid to move from one location to another because they're thinking their clients will not follow them or they will lose some percentage. So it's very hard to find a hairdresser.
What's an example of something you might do that others wouldn't do?
Perfect example. I've been looking, and I was looking, and I'm still looking. Few things. I was looking for health insurance because they will never give health insurance. Right. So that's like a big thing that hairdressers will like. Oh, wow. I mean, she's offering health insurance, or give them some type of price commission to give at the end of the month. That owners don't really do that because how the industry is so different than corporate. You're on your own, you have your prices, you get this much. And
so you don't rent chairs, or do you do it differently?
I'm flexible of renting chairs and have employees. Yes, I have the both choices to do it, but we're fun. It's a great place where we work. I just want people to be
That's
hungry
the
to
answer right
work.
there, fun. Because every time everyone always like, what's the trick? What's this and that? It's just about good culture and having fun. People want to work in a fun environment.
Yes.
Everyone always tries to do you pay them more? Do you have them benefits? All those things matter. But if it's not fun, it fails.
Oh my God,
Right?
yes. And your work, that's where you're there all day. So you want to make it fun. You want to make it unique. Our industry is different. We're not sitting in front of a computer. We're with people. We're customers. We're designing hair,
What do you do for fun? What's the fun part?
Okay, so we always have either our happy hours too, or we put really good music. We do launches for either Fridays or Saturdays for the employees and us together. We try to do things outside, even if we get together on a Sunday or something outside from the salon and clients, just to kind of refresh our, brain and everything work. We try to do the prices. We do events. Events are fun. You get to mingle and meet people, and at the same time, you're having a good time and meeting new clients that can come to the salon. Mm-hmm. So it's just many different things.
How big is your company? How many do you have working for you?
We are 6 people right now.
Okay. And what percentage of your time is managing and owning, and what percentage is working in the business?
Slowly but surely, I've been allowing myself, because as an owner, you want to check everything, and you still check everything, but trusting my team, educating my team to learn everything with clients, which is number one for me. My team to be number one too, meaning because you have to have your team happy and good for them to perform. So we are customer service, so customer service is number one. So I'm allowing for them to see what the Sofia vision is with salon and clients, for them to experience that, because they physically are there with the clients and taking care of the clients. So I've been stepping back little by little and allowing for them just to kind of take over. Mm-hmm. But I'm still there. Like you, as a owner, you're always going to be there, but trying to trust my team to do it.
Do you still cut hair?
I do a little bit, little by little.
Okay.
I've been training my clients because I have clients for 2 decades, believe it or not. When I started as an assistant, they still come to me, and I have the 3 generations coming to me.
Right.
So
sure.
it's hard for the change to if you go to your hairdresser for 10, 15 years to switch, but they trust me how consistent I am with them and my team being behind watching, and they're there to witness, okay, I can trust Sofia's, team to do my hair.
Now, what is the max capacity that, let's say everything worked out and you were able to, pull some other people to work with you? Like what's that number? Is it 10, 12 before you have to say, I have to get another location as well?
I know, and I do get pushed to like open something bigger, Sophie, go somewhere else. Like,
Yeah.
My salon is boutique salon. It's a high-end boutique salon, so it has for 6 chairs.
6. Okay. So
Correct.
you're pretty much at.
And I can make the office, like, because I just have my little sewing machine where I do my hair extensions, that if I want to add, somebody else in there, I can add 2 more people. But like I said, it's a boutique
And
high-end
then,
salon.
and what about the turnover? Like, how's the turnover? Like, the 6 that are working with you, do you always go to 5, then to 6 every single year? Like, what, I see, certain barbershops, and it's just like new person, 2 or 3 are always new. Every 6 months I see you understand what I mean.
I totally understand what I'm saying. Like we were trying to say, it's hard to find people that are motivated, that want to work, that want to see your dreams, and you want to see their dreams, what they want, what are you looking for. It's not just about me, just to give you what I know and my knowledge. I also listen to what they want. It's, I think, in what has happened with me, when they stay with you, that means they're happy because they're getting what they want. Meaning like, okay, she gets me, and I also give them my knowledge. So it's a little combination of both of us, so they can stay long enough. Yes, there's changes of people that will say, this is not my industry, I gotta go. If people
course.
leave, they have to go, and you gotta find and train somebody else.
Of course, which is always the hardest part,
Yes.
right? You're like, you finally got the groove going. You got 6
Yes.
people. It's working out, and then all of a sudden you walk in on a good day, and
But
then
I have learned
3
that.
things break. It's like the toilet breaks, someone quits, and then
You're
someone's
right,
not happy with
but,
their hair.
But in the industry, because I've been you never stop learning. I still take classes. I'm giving my knowledge. I make them also sign something. Like,
Okay.
I'm giving you this. I want you to stay here. It's not that you're in, locked up. It's just I'm giving you all this for not next day to, I'm getting up and I'm going across the street or whatever. But we have never got into that. But
So when you do try to find someone, how do you do it? Do you put it, an ad on Craigslist, on Facebook? Do you do anything
yes.
crazy like the Premier Virtual is doing all these virtual, rooms where you could join in and meet someone virtually?
Craigslist,
Okay.
Facebook, Instagram,
Okay.
word of mouth, WhatsApp through friends of
I'm sure just posting. You guys
hairdressers.
have a large following, just posts, right?
Post.
What are the characteristics of the most successful employees you've had? What is it about them in terms of the recruiting source? Referrals from others? Is that how?
Referrals, just like business, we get a lot of like word of mouth. It's referrals.
Right, but I mean, one hairdresser might say, "I have a
Yes.
friend."
Yes,
That kind of-
referrals.
That way, that's the best way.
Absolutely, it's the best way, because you kind of know everyone, not everyone, but the people in the industry. So they be like, go to Sofia Loren salon, go to Sophie, or I get the text message. When I get people trying to apply, like Indeed or Facebook or Craigslist, it's usually the beginners. They don't have a book, they don't have clients, they don't really have the knowledge.
And you can mold them. All right.
Exactly.
So what are the red flags? Last question before we head to a break. Red flags. Like whenever I interview people, you pick up on things, of course. Are they late? Do they say thank you, in an email after you met with them for 30 minutes? But what have you noticed as red flags when it comes to your industry?
My red flags, when they just want their schedule, and I say this is not a 9-to-5 job. They just want to do their schedule. They don't want to go out there to find or even post to get clients. Back then, I was handling my cards anywhere I went, whether the mall, whether I was in a restaurant, word of mouth. If I was in an event, I will try to find people to come to the salon. And the red flags is when people just, are you going to give me clients? I only going to be here
They're already asking before they even.
2 days, 3 days, and no, that doesn't work for me. If you want to give me,
My main one is complaining. They come in and they bash the company they're with currently.
Oh,
or
that's
exited.
huge if they're complaining.
And you know it. You're
Correct.
like, okay. You're like, and you look at the reviews of that company. You're like, okay, but they get great reviews, and I just doubt it was them, right? It's like,
But you have that
there's
instinct.
some truth to some of it, but I'm like, I don't know. It's like you see the resumes. They've been 5 places in 5 years, and they're always complaining. Well, they didn't give me blank, or they didn't do this.
Correct.
And you're like,
That's a red flag, not happening.
It's not them. It's you.
Correct.
Sometimes it could be them, but not when they're jumpers. There've been
Correct.
too many places
Jumpers,
in 5
correct.
years. So I totally agree. We're going to take a quick commercial break to hear from our sponsors. When we get back, we're going to jump to Roland's favorite part of this episode called Plead the Fifth.
Are you ready to make your indelible impression? DeRay & Company is an award-winning, full-service public relations and marketing agency with offices in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and Aspen, Colorado. With practice areas in business, real estate, cannabis, nonprofit, legal, and lifestyle, DeRay & Company is fully equipped to help clients reach their goals with strategies that are on point. Whether it's public relations, social media, digital marketing, content development, or other services, DeRay & Company delivers results for business owners that address their business goals and reach their targeted audience. To learn more about DeRay & Company and our services, visit DeRayandCompany.com. DeRayandCompany.com.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Shrimp Tank. Everyone is laughing if you're watching on live because I am cracked out because I had a lot of coffee today. It's called Starbucks. Yes, I love it. One day, if I get rich, I'm going to create the Crack Center and call it a coffee shop. That's what my team tells me all the time. Roland is not smiling right now as he's looking at me speaking. Well, Roland, I'm going to let you kick the Plead the Fifth segment part of this episode off. So, Sophia, on this segment, it's called Plead the Fifth. You can only plead the fifth just one time. If you do not want to answer the question after that, you got to figure out a way around the question. So go ahead, Roland.
That's an easy
Things
question,
off.
very general. What's the biggest public relations disaster you've ever experienced in running a hair salon?
Disasters in a hair salon. I will assume if you're saying with a client.
Yes. Has
Okay.
anybody come back to you and said, or started talking badly about you in the community, about how their hair was done, their extensions? They didn't like that. They didn't like the hair color.
I
in other
wouldn't-
words, was anybody out there talking
I
about
won't
you?
set a name, but yes, you always learn something. I definitely had a client who loved how I do color, haircuts, blow dries, and she was in my chair 3 times a week. And to the point for blow dries, people come just for blow dries. Will be weekends now. I come to you 3 times a week. You have to be available weekends, so you have to either do it on Sundays. Sundays and Mondays is usually days off for hair salons. So I was available. I will say yes to any time and any moment that she wanted. The minute that I wasn't available, it wasn't because I didn't want to, was very upset. And the minute that she came back to the salon for me to take out her hair extensions, I took them out. She asked me as a favor, put them in a bag and take care of them, and I will come back and get them when I'm back from my trip. Long story short, when I gave it back to her, next thing I knew, I was getting sued because I gave the wrong hair. I gave her the cheap hair. So my nice, naive knowledge turned out into, what do you mean? I have no idea people can sue for hair.
So she
I
said
didn't
you
know
gave
this.
her the wrong hair. She said you gave her the wrong hair
I
back.
gave her the wrong hair. By the time the trip was over, came back to the salon. I actually went away after the trip. It was my first time able to leave the country after 12 years. Went away first time. Salon calls me and says, so-and-so isn't here for the hair extensions. No problem. They're in the drawer. The front desk got the extensions, came to the client. Next thing you know, I have someone in the salon sign this. I had no idea. And
Serving you.
So what
Yeah.
happened?
Serving me.
What happened? How did you handle
I learned.
this?
This is
And
why
how
I'm
much?
signing
How
on
much?
waivers.
And how much are these? Give us an idea on the
Okay,
price as well.
Hair
Like, what are we talking?
extensions, the average good hair extensions. And what do I mean good? It's 100% human hair that you can wear it every day, blow dry it, do whatever you want.
Sort of what you have.
Lifestyle.
Right.
It's fabulous, long, full hair. anything from 1,500 up to 3-4 grand. So
That's not even that much. I mean, to serve someone,
I
it's
know,
like,
but
what did she have? She have gold in these things? Like, were they like $10,000?
No, it was just the point that I wasn't there. She was upset that I didn't take care of her
Ah,
that
it was
Sunday.
revenge.
And after, it was revenge. It
So did
was
this
kind
get
of
out
the
into
point.
the public and you had to handle?
I went to the court because I felt like, no, this is absolutely, I didn't do anything wrong. I mean, but I learned it was her word against my word. She was the client.
sue for
I was
anything.
correct.
So did you? I guess were they the right ones, and she was just doing it?
She was just doing it out of spite.
Out of spite?
Correct.
And then the judge is like, your word
What
versus, like, are they the
happens,
right
I was-
ones? They claim you gave them different ones that were like $100 versus $2,000.
Well, this is how much you learn to have everything in waivers and signatures and before and after. She didn't buy the hair from me. That's the tricky part. She bought it from the hairdresser who used to train me. So went back to the hairdresser. That hairdresser was upset because I left, and I left in good terms. I never want to be in bad terms with anybody, knock on wood. I left in good terms, but I said it was time for me to move on. I think we both did our, you taught me, you have you got your stuff back as the person who trained me.
you outgrew
I
the
was
environment.
Correct. And went back to the hairdresser and said, well, just say that it's not the right one. So she just wrote a receipt and said that was in the right and the amount of the extensions. And she came with just a little receipt that they wrote down.
So did you win or lose when it went to court?
When I went to court, you even just go to like the small mediator. You just go to mediator in a small room. And again, to me, that was new. That was a learning experience. I will never change it, believe it or not, because that taught me to learn. You have to have waivers and pictures and, information than being just kind of naive. Sure, I take care of your hair. I put it in the drawer. That didn't take me anywhere. She won, and I just took it as like, wow, did this just happen? And I remember my mom telling me, no, everybody is raised the same way you were raised. But however, you need to learn this is business. So from now on, you need to have.
But obviously, it didn't hurt your reputation.
Not at all.
So-
I even said, you know what? I don't need you in my chair or anyone you're speaking bad about me because that means it's bad energy in my chair. I'm done.
It was an expensive lesson to learn, though, early on in running a business.
God,
You think
absolutely.
about it now. You learned a lot about the law. You learned about waivers.
Absolutely.
So whoever
You
you
even learn.
are out there, thank you. Sophia is
I
bigger and
do
better
say
now because of
thank
you.
you.
You
Yes.
helped her.
And we won't ask the name because
No.
then you'd plead the fifth.
Yeah, we'll save, we'll save that one for a little
later.
later. Okay, we have Kenny joining us on the Shrimp Tank as a guest, sitting behind the scenes. You can't see him on video if you're watching on Facebook Live. Kenny, do you have a plead the fifth question for Sophia?
I do.
Be careful, you want to go home tonight.
Earlier, you mentioned about an invention that you're working on, a clip. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes. So I say I plead
He's
the fifth.
soft on you. He's soft on you. If you don't want to answer it, that seemed like a layup. That didn't seem like a plead the fifth question.
I do have a hair extension clip that I invented and I'm still working on it. Any invention that you guys are doing out there, do not hesitate and don't give up. Nothing is easy when you're inventing something. Very excited. I'm actually wearing my hair clips. I learned, thanks to the technique that I do in the hair salon, to push me to do something for people at their home that they cannot afford the big expensive hair extensions because that's just what we have. There's hair anywhere. However, good hair is expensive. You can find synthetic hair, fake hair, and they tell you it's 100% human hair. Doing so much hair and having the passion of doing hair to my clients, and it never ends of what I do, it pushed me to think things for home, for somebody at the house that really can afford it or don't want something permanent as like we do in the hair salon professional. So the hair clip, I started to do a research on the hair clips, and there's really one hair clip out there in the world. And this hair clip is thousands or millions of companies, the same hair clip that in the hair industry they have it, but there's so many hair brands out there. So they use the same hair clip, but they're different companies with their own hair. So I wanted, and I have clients sitting in my chair, can you put this hair clips? Just gonna have a party or a wedding. And I say, this is for you to do it at home. Why are you coming to the hairdresser? I can't put it in. It's a little hard. And that pushed me to, how come nobody has come with a better hair clip? So this is a hair clip that I have invented. I've been in hair shows trying to show the hair clip, people to wear it. And I have designed different types of hair clip, but the final clip that I have, that's the one that I'm working right now. It's incredible because it's for you to do it at home and not for come to the salon and
So
try
is
the
this
hairdresser
how
to
you
do it.
scale this business, by selling these? Is this a new product?
This
that
is a new product.
that you will like grow this business. This is how you're going to grow.
Correct. I maximize
Nice.
myself, seeing myself, as we were saying earlier, from a hairdresser to independent, from independent to owning a salon, from owning a salon, having my team, from learning all the circle of the beauty industry of haircuts, blow dries, colors, specialized on hair extensions. Like hair extensions, I customize to my clients one-on-one, which I was explaining you earlier. You're going to find hair salons with hair extensions, but the difference of Sofia, I specialize custom orders one-on-one. You don't hear that. They just grab whatever the company gives you and put it to the client. I have one-on-one to my clients. And having this technique that I do in the salon, it doesn't mean it's my technique. I made it my way. I custom it with my clients. Also, in my brain, I said, I want to do something for people at home that can't have this. And that's what I've been working
Are you
on
going
the
to patent
side.
this? Do you need to
I
patent
already,
it?
I mean, and this morning I was with the lawyer, the patenting.
cool.
But yes, I have patenting too. I already, I'm in the middle of all of that. But yes,
Good.
patenting, and I have my prototypes, my moldings.
And are they for sale on your
samples.
site?
They're not there yet. Nothing
Okay.
is being promoted because I want to make sure, I want to hear the feedback first from
Okay.
people. I wear it. I know hair. I want from a stranger, from anybody that can just try it and wear it and get the feedback, good, bad, whatever it is.
And what's the approximate price you think it's going to fall?
Okay, well, clips, this is a tricky part. The clips is making it better and improved from the clip that is out there, because it's the same clip, but I'm saying hair extensions clip. It's the same hair clip all over the world, just different brands of hair extensions. The price, it's about the hair, so it's not
Okay.
about the clip, if it makes
Yeah.
sense, okay?
That's pretty awesome.
Yes,
Yeah.
We're
absolutely.
prepping you for our sister show, the Shark Tank one
Right.
day, right?
I've
That-
said it.
you
Once you
see?
A
get
lot of our guests,
Yes.
you know,
Once you
have
get
had
the
the
patent,
opportunity. Recently,
there you go.
Yes.
Shanner interviewed with the A7FL. You know, they brought him
Yeah,
on. He's expanding
cool.
his league. So it's cool to see our guests come into the shrimp tank, and then one day, you know,
Yes,
go
that
on
is my goal.
to the Shark Tank. Of
Maximize
course.
to have it from the salon to your home.
How many women in Boca do you think touch their hair up to get the gray out? What
She's gonna plead the
percentage?
fifth.
What percentage
know.
of your customers do that?
Oh my God, everybody.
Okay.
Everyone, there you go.
Everybody. Okay.
Okay, I got a good one for you that you'll probably plead the fifth.
Oh my God.
Kenny, that was a great question, by the
Yeah.
way, but now we're going to get you on the plead the fifth side. So what is the biggest pet peeve when you're chatting with Kenny and he's giving you advice about running your business?
I turn around. I'm like, no, let's play the fit. But then I turn around and then I can. And I'm like, no, I'm kidding. I do. I mean, I'm Mexican. I'm Spanish. I'm Latin. So I be all like, you can't be telling me this. What do you know? You're an IT. And then I have to listen because I have to hear the other opinion.
Okay,
It's
okay.
an
But
outsider.
there's not one pet peeve that just kind of like inside it rattles you a little bit when he gives you advice? Ah, she knows it. Look, she's smiling. Tell us that pet peeve. He's getting hot. He's sweating in the background.
I know. I'm
There we go. Kenny, she didn't throw you under the bus.
It's my birthday. He's gonna take me out later.
Your birthday?
Yes.
Where are we all
Happy
going?
birthday.
I know. Let's go.
We're all going.
Can
Travis,
I
Steph,
say the
we
name?
we're going somewhere for her birthday? Going to Oceans? Let's go.
I had a half a dozen more of these questions you're going to have to answer now, or figure out how to get your way around them.
Okay, last couple questions.
Let's see,
What do we got,
It's
Roland?
almost time to go. Tell us, we're very naive, and I know hair. Hair it's rare. My hair is very valuable because it's rare. There's not
hair
that
is
much
very
of it.
valuable,
There's not that
okay?
much of it, right? Tell us the secrets of the industry that as two guys we wouldn't be asking you. What is it that we need to ask a hair salon owner that we're just missing because we're guys? We don't get it.
I think
Yeah, Jason maybe, but I don't.
I don't know what you're asking.
Well, I'm
What
just
am I
asking,
missing?
what is the secret? What are some questions?
What
that-
secret are you looking
okay,
for?
this is one thing that I will, and Kenny, please correct
you might have to
me
step
if
in, too.
Correct me if I'm wrong, because you're a guy. I think guys that don't really know what's happening in the beauty industry, they think it's like, oh, she's just there in the salon, chit-chatting and, getting the hair done. And it's like, it's really not like that. It's a business. You're doing therapy to these clients. You're upbeat. You're positive. You giving them the hair that they want to go home and feel absolutely incredible and fabulous. And it's such an uplift. And it's high-end clients. I mean, some of them are, and
It's hard work,
it's
and you
hard.
have to present
It's
as
physical and mental and employees, and it's a lot of work. So it's not just playing Barbie doll all day.
Right.
How many times I say that? Because I feel
Kenny's laughing back here.
Yeah.
He's
people
holding in
don't
something.
have the knowledge of the industry, of the beauty industry, of all behind. It's not just getting a haircut and that's it.
Well, my wife will be happy that you said all that, because I'm always like, what happened
get
today at
done?
the salon? She's like, well, I got my nails done. I got my, I also,
But people
did
go there,
highlights, and I'm
people go-
like, really, all that?
Yes.
people go there for therapy in a
That's-
way.
we don't get credit
they
for
wanna
that.
feel good
but
about
we
themselves.
really, really do give, because I keep repeating to you guys, customer service. What is customer service? They come to our chair and they want to be pampered and they want to be listened and they advise and they want us to really take care of them if they have a story. I mean, I call it the confession chair, my chair. If I tell the stories, I have exes, lovers,
Well, you got to
new
tell one.
together.
now.
No, that'd be
Give us your
great.
favorite story.
Definitely.
You can't do that anymore.
That's a penalty. She played the fit twice.
No,
We get
That's
free-
a penalty.
Now we get free
we get
haircuts.
free haircuts. Free
You plead the
haircuts for
fifth
that.
twice. We forgot to mention the penalty if you say plead the fifth twice.
Oh,
Free
no.
haircuts.
But you should know, on my Instagram, The Shrimp Doctor, I have a picture of my hairdresser and me. She came to my house, cut my hair during the pandemic, and so I do. I don't confess anything,
See?
but
should.
no, I
You
don't. I
should.
should, but I don't. I'll save that for later. But anyway, I can see what you're saying, because having that hairdresser at Forever Beautiful, by the way, is the I'm giving her a plug. Having that therapy during the pandemic, it's so important to have that contact and to have some sense of normalcy. So thank you for that.
Yes.
Can you give us one example of a story where your jaw dropped, though, when someone told you something funny? I'm in a confession chair, too. In the financial service business, people come to my office. Of course, they tell me all about their finances, but my jaw drops, too. When I find out everything about their family, right? Like everything when it comes to money, you hear, right? Divorces, don't give money to that child, right? Because blank, right? I hear everything under the sun. Drug use, comes up all the time, unfortunately, with kids, and kids do stupid things. But your jaw must drop sometimes, when people tell stuff, in your chair. So tell us one story that's funny, and we'll close out today's episode with that story.
That's what I was keep saying. I'm like, that's a confession. But I have, it's just so many, but.
One that
everything-
sticks out that your jaw.
One that sticks out. I don't know if it's funny or if it was like, I just
Awkward.
learned from that, and I will never. And from that, I always say, keep me out of it. I just do
Yeah.
their hair, and that's it. Boyfriend, girlfriend, engaged, love each other. Brought me. This guy was always brought me their their girlfriends, but this was already the fiance, and I don't. They love what I do to their hair, so I'm doing all the exes or current fiance now, and when they got into a fight, then they break up, and I was threatened like, you cannot do her hair anymore. You just cannot. Either
funny.
it's
He
me
was a
or
player,
her, and you have to let her know. And again, I learned. That was my first experience. This is years ago, and I had to contact the person. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I just can't do your hair anymore. because I'm listening to the person who brought her to me. Next thing you know, they're back together. Then I look like so terrible.
Yeah.
And I learned I will never get myself involved. And after that, I did get other experiences similar. You're not allowed to do so and so because I'm coming, and I'm like, nope, this is my shop. You're more than welcome to come any other time. I don't have to let you know when they're coming or who's with. I just don't get in the middle.
You just lay the rules down,
Yes.
so that way.
But don't dump the boyfriend. Don't dump the girlfriend. Dump the boyfriend. If
I
you're
know.
Whoa!
Whoa.
We almost just lost the Shrimp Tank studio for everyone listening live. Table almost just fell in half over here. Okay, well, that wraps up today's episode. If our audience listening wants to visit your salon, what is the exact location?
Okay, so first the name is Sofia Loren Salon. Sofia is Sofia, and Loren, Loren, Salon. We are East Boca Raton, 2831 North Federal Highway. And Boca Raton. Also, you can find us on social media, Sofia Loren Salon. Very easy.
What is the cross street? So our audience knows.
We're on Federal Highway between Spanish River and Glades.
Ah, you're right by our office. We're on
right
Northwest
here.
2nd Avenue.
Yes.
So
you
our
two
squad,
need to,
the Shrimp
you
Squad, will be
three
showing up.
will coming up. We can do a podcast there. We'll fun. It will
Okay.
be fun. See, it will be fun.
Travis,
We're not that far
Travis,
away.
you gonna wear the shrimp?
And Steph gets the glamorous.
Does Steph win the free haircut from pleading the fifth twice?
There, there you go. Yes. See,
Steph, you're in.
I got you with the highlights.
She is the
Yes,
one
see.
doing all the amazing social media in the background.
And I
that you
want to
see out
say
there.
thank you very much to you guys. Thank you for my marketing company, and we're saying Abby.
Yes.
So thank you for being here. And I hope it's not the last time.
Well, thanks again for joining us on the Shrimp Tank. For our audience listening, we'll be back next Thursday at 4 p.m. Take care, everybody.
Thank
I've been feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond in the shrimp tank. When it take a swim, only option is to win.